From Studio A at 1 Biloxi Square in Fort Worth, Texas, this is the Grandpa and Pappy Show. And here we go again. Another week of the Grandpa and Pappy Show. We welcome you in.
Happy first day of summer, everybody.
Yes, and happy belated Father's Day to
Indeed.
Everyone out there yesterday.
Yeah.
I know you and I saw each other yesterday, from what I remember.
We did?
Let's just put it this way. We had a wonderful time. Our wives made sure we had a great time.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Our one day of the year.
yeah, my one day of the year anyway, that's for sure. But we hope you had a chance to spend time with your fathers. And if those fathers are celebrating a heavenly Father's Day, you know, we welcome them in and bless their hearts.
Yep.
And we remember them fondly.
Yeah.
So, hope you had a good day yesterday, everybody.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on in our country. Our subject today is one of those. Pappy, our illustrious Governor Greg Abbott has had enough of the current administration up in Washington and has just absolutely thrown his hands up and asking for them to complete the wall in Texas. So he has decided he is going to go ahead,
Build his own damn wall.
and finish the wall, and he's going to have it funded not only by Texas, but other states that are wanting to keep illegal aliens out of their state and their towns. That's how they're going to do it, and construction should be starting here pretty soon.
Well, what pisses me off is the thing's already been paid for once.
Yeah, and it's sitting there. I mean, the money is sitting there to pay
I doubt
for
that.
it. Well,
It's sitting somewhere, but probably not
and
there.
probably in the Green New Deal now.
We'll just leave it at old Ironsides is on a roll. he's tired of screwing around with this mess.
And Governor Abbott has invited former President Donald Trump to the border, and he will be there sometime this week.
Man, I bet there's going to be tons of people.
Oh, man, and hopefully
River.
the mainstream media will go down there and cover it
Nah,
and let them see exactly what's going on down there.
they're not going to do that.
So,
It's not in their favor,
So we ask you, our great listeners out there, are you in favor of the wall being completed here in the state of Texas? And Pappy, as usual,
Oh, boy.
you guys came through, and we're still getting comments in. And
We have a ton of
if we
opinions
did
and
not
comments here.
have your opinion on the show today, forgive us, but we have a cutoff that we have to maintain.
Might
So
be one of those Part A and Part B deals.
It could be.
That's kind of what we do.
And especially after former President Trump visits, it'll be interesting to see what he said.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
So let's see what you guys said, because your voice is the most important thing here on the Grandpa and Pappy Show. It lets you voice your opinion on the different subjects without fear of being reprimanded or silenced. That's what our show is all about. Let's jump right into it. Alexander Schmednick said, I'm not even from Texas, but 100% support a wall being built. I don't think it would completely stop illegal stuff from happening and crossing it somehow, but it would deter it enough from how it currently is.
That's
Very
well
smart.
said.
Very
well
smart.
said. Oh, Brett Barker says, hail to the yes.
Yeah, bro.
Tired of paying our money to house, feed, and lose money for Americans to them. Go home. Shirley McElroy agreed, saying, look at all the money being spent on illegals that could be put toward getting Americans back on their feet.
Ain't it so?
That's
Boy,
a
that
fact.
is the truth.
That's a fact.
Our buddy James O'Donnell from Alba, Texas, says, I'm in for the fence. Why it's as simple as going into your own backyard.
Yep.
Fences are put up for a reason, and no reasonable thinking person can realistically argue against a fence.
Well,
Paula Faye Hicks Butler agreed with James, saying, I bet everybody in Congress has a fence around their house.
better believe it.
I would say so. Look at that huge wall that Nancy Pelosi has around hers.
Well, yeah, hell, the Capitol building's got a fence around it, for crying out loud.
She's got it built up there for a reason.
She's not as dumb as she looks, I guess. Lois Hoffmeyer said, yes, they need to come in the legal way like a lot of others. David G. Cohen agreed, saying, yes, sir, to it. Joe Barnes also gave us a hearty yes, they should.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Jimmy Snyder from out in West Texas in Odessa told us that if the illegals would just stop and think about it, they would know if they apply to enter and are accepted, they have many benefits awaiting them. Mm-hmm. They don't have to worry about people accusing them of being here illegally. But that makes too much sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, like a lot of other things that we
Yeah, ain't it so? Ain't it so?
And our buddy Jerry Blum said yes to the wall. If you want to come to this great country of ours, do it legally. Becky Holdren said sure to the wall, then maybe Kamala can go to Europe.
I love that.
She probably thinks that's inside our borders. Judy Gilley also said yes to the wall. It is causing a lot of problems to people who live on the border.
And it certainly is.
As
hey,
it
have
has.
you seen that meme in Facebook? I've seen 3 different ones of her standing in front of on the border, and one of them said, I'm here, now can I go to Europe? Goofy goodness. Hush, Jack.
That's nutty.
Robert Archer also said yes to the wall, but he has a solution to the problem. This ought to be good. If old Sleepy Joe would just go on TV and announce that all benefits have been canceled to those who are in the country illegally, then they would stop the flow of humanity trying to get in.
That's fact.
But then again, that would require some common sense thinking, which is non-existent in Washington, D.C. these days.
Ain't it so?
Damn, Robert, that's just hitting it right on the head, isn't it?
Well said, is what that is. Nelda Pound Slatter said, yes, it is. Some of the stories I've read are horrifying. People waking up to hearing illegals in their attic, not being able to go to their house because of them being there, and having to decide if they lock their kids in the house or take the kids and a gun with them to feed the livestock. No one should have to live that way.
And that's exactly right. I heard a news story, I think it's probably the one that Nelda heard, where that farmer kept hearing his livestock going crazy in his barn.
Yeah.
And he went out there to check on them, and there was 8 different illegals in that barn.
There would be about 8 crosses side by side, sticking up out of the
Give me
ground.
the backhoe. I got some work to do.
If I'd have called them, I'd have been hugging all of them.
I heard that. Judy Gilley told Nelda, yes, I've heard the same thing. And Terry Noble quickly agreed, saying, this is something that has got to be addressed.
You know, it's just like we've talked
And it's true.
in the past, amigo. I mean, it's been an ongoing problem, God, forever. I mean, we used to go up and piddle around, fish Guadalupe, and just camp and all that.
Yeah.
And you can see them tippy-toeing across there, you know, where all the shallow spots are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this was, hell, 40, 50 years ago.
I still like Louisiana's answer. Just send all their gators down there,
That's
put them
right.
in the Rio Grande.
That's right.
It'll stop the crossings.
Save a whole lot of gas and bullets in those DPS
Ain't
boats.
it so?
Walter Lee Tucker said, yep to the wall. If you need to ask why, then you don't need to live here. Jim Krause said, I'm not from Texas either, but we have to stop this onslaught of illegals pouring into our country and overloading our economy.
Jim, that's a very astute observation. That is exactly
Absolutely.
correct in what's happening. And another thing that we heard that Governor Abbott was threatening to do, he was trying to get Washington to go ahead and finish that wall in Texas, and he threatened to have a 1% sales tax to build the wall. And I believe the survey that I saw that was taken was like 88% of Texans said, yeah, I'll do the
wouldn't
penny.
have a bit of problem with it.
Well,
you
look
know.
here. I mean, Dallas Cowboys new stadium and the Texas Rangers new stadium was built with 1 cent sales tax.
That's true.
You know, look at all this stuff that could be done, and I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I wouldn't step over a penny. I'd pick it up and chunk it down toward the treasure chest there in Austin.
It's about
Yeah.
the only thing you can buy for a damn penny anymore. So,
Isn't that the truth?
yeah, it'd be
Hey.
and well worthy of it, you know.
Hey, listen, we have we're going to take a break, but we have something that's near and dear to our heart. If you saw our Friday show with members of the Committee for Burgers for Babies, what a wonderful show it was,
Yeah.
and what a great benefit it is, and that's going to be coming up very shortly. We have some information for you. Let's take a break, give it to you, and we'll be back with more of the Grandpa and Pappy Show right after this. Hi, everyone. This is Grandpa of Grandpa and Pappy, along with our own Special K. And we have an important announcement to tell you about an upcoming event. It's the 11th Annual Burgers for Babies. It's a fundraising event benefiting the Children's Miracle Network of Cook's Children's Hospital. And it's going to be held on September the 16th from 4 until 8 o'clock.
And the location is going to be in downtown Fort Worth at the Stockyards at the River Ranch Stockyard.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. And 100% of monies that we raise are funneled right back into the Children's Miracle Network at Cook Children's. So if you want to help us out, be listening, and we'll tell you exactly how to make your contribution to Burgers for Babies on September the 16th here on the Grandpa and Pappy Show. So be listening, and we'll be watching for you. Bye-bye. Hi, everyone. This is Grandpa of Grandpa and We are back on the Grandpa and Pappy Show. And Special K will be putting up on our Facebook group page where you can go and donate for Burgers for Babies. Again, that's September 16th from 4 until 8 o'clock at the River Ranch Stockyards in Fort Worth. Plenty of parking. It's going to be a lot of fun, and 100% of the funds that are raised goes right into the Children's Miracle Network that benefits Cook Children's Hospital.
Right. We'll all be out there cutting up. And
Yes,
carrying
we
on little
will.
bits. Come on out and join us.
We
you know.
certainly will. So if you, I mean, even if it's $1,
Doesn't
$5, $10, it doesn't matter. Karen will be having the information like you see on your screen,
Yeah.
where you can even Venmo it to the Burgers for Babies program, and our listeners for Grandpa and Pappy will get full credit for it. So
Absolutely.
we
Plus,
hope
it's
you'll.
tax deductible.
It is very tax
I
deductible.
like that.
And that's something near and dear to our hearts, and we hope you'll participate and join us in it.
And it's such a good cause. I
It
mean,
is, and Pappy's got a couple of stories that'll just melt your heart that we'll have him tell in our future programs.
Yeah.
And if that don't touch you, nothing else will.
Yeah,
Our subject today, are you in favor of the wall being completed in the state of Texas?
Yep.
And as usual, you guys have stepped up like Cindy Gail Roberts Thomas did. She said absolutely to the wall. The federal government doesn't have a clue what is occurring at our borders, and apparently they do not care either. Actions speak louder than words, and perhaps a wall will speak volumes to those wanting to come here to do our country harm. It won't stop them 100%, but it'll slow them down. I can't think of any other country that would openly allow this to go on and then turn around and support it by taking care of the lawbreakers. Enough is enough, and I, for one, am tired of Texans and the taxpayers paying the price.
Amen, sister.
Yeah, they'll just dig under the damn thing, but you know,
Well said, Cindy.
It'll slow it down so much. It's
Well, if they're digging under it, at least our border guards can see, find out and fill it in. You know?
that's right. Drop a little tinder right down in those holes and take
That's
care
it.
of it. Tamara Branham Wade said she supports it because of what Cindy Gale said, and Paula Faye Hicks Butler told Cindy, "Very well said, thank you." Marshall Thomas said, "If I had to come up with a reason, just listen to what Cindy Gale Roberts Thomas just said. That pretty well sums it up."
And boy,
And I agree.
it hits a nail right on the head. It really does.
Booyah.
Glenn Estes said yes to the wall, and any slowdown to illegal activities is very good. Bob Baker said the problem I have with the border wall is that it's being used to keep them out, but can also be used to keep us in.
Yep.
Doug Gressett said, I'm pretty sure if I want to go to Mexico, I would not trek across someone's private ranch to swim across the river there. Now, we may note here that Bob Baker's comment spurred a pretty lively debate amongst you, but he is referring, friends, to the Berlin Wall that the Nazis built to keep the Jewish people in one place before World War II.
Who the hell wants to go to Mexico anymore anyway?
Well, there's some parts I love.
Not me.
There's some parts in the Caribbean I absolutely love.
Belinda Tatum up in Oklahoma said all Americans should stand and fight if needed. I won't flee, and she won't. She's a feisty little scooter. Dina Lucero, Ken Mason, Darren Schroyer, David Watson, and Dorita McCauley Holland all said yes to that.
Yeah, I haven't had an opportunity to meet Belinda, but I'm telling you, from all the stories, I've heard from you, I don't want to mess with Belinda. I want her to be my friend.
She's a feisty little fart, I guarantee you that.
Well, you can't ask for anything better than that. Let's see here. Tommy Parker said yes to the wall because any swinging pecker can invade our state. I wish we had a border wall around all of the borders. Marty Blackwell Briscoe said yes, stop the invasion. Steph Holderan said yes because our federal government has no interest in protecting our border.
That's true.
And Sabrina Monk Draving said yes, it is needed.
That's a fact, Jack. Mark Resno said it's kind of simple for him. He said yes to the wall. The cartels, drug smugglers, human traffickers are using underage children to play upon the emotions of the American people.
Ain't it so?
That's a fact. They see all these children coming across abandoned, and they instantly feel they need the help. We need to grow some thick skin and start worrying about our own children. Send the illegals back and let them apply for entrance into the country. And I couldn't agree with that more. I mean,
Mark, that is a very, very well thought out statement, and it's so true, Pappy.
Well, I don't have a problem with anybody coming to America, but if you're going to come to live, I mean, hell, we have to be legal here.
Yes,
You
we
know?
do. You know,
I mean, just do it the legal way.
I'm appealing to everybody in Washington, D.C. Man, start using those two words, common sense, for a change. Start listening to what the American people are saying, not just the minority percentage of people on the left that is pulling your strings.
Yeah, yanking your chain.
It's going to get to where, folks up there, if you think the little invasion in January was bad, I'm telling you, from a lot of things I've been reading, people are getting fed up.
And it's not just the Mexicans that are coming in. I mean,
I understand,
They're coming in from all over the world via Mexico.
And look at terrorists. They're sneaking in. MS-13 gang members.
Yeah.
There goes our crime rate. It'll go sky high, and then you got all these pansy asses on the left calling for defunding the police.
Yep.
And the skyrocketing crime in their cities is just astronomical.
Well, you have to stop and think about this, too. I mean, why are they doing this or allowing this to happen? I mean, what's going to happen when they invade
Good question.
the Democrats' side of the fence?
Good question.
I mean, because they don't give a damn who they shoot, you know. They don't care who they get stoned at OD or whatever, you know.
And still no
Crazy.
condemning of the riots last summer and all the looting. And I saw something today on the news. New York City is dropping the cases of everyone that was arrested in looting in New York City from last year. They're dropping the cases.
It's just going to happen again.
Oh man,
Which,
I just don't understand New York City. I try. If you're from New York City, no offense, I just don't understand you dumbasses. I just don't. Stephanie Williams said yes to the wall for the simple fact that this crisis manufactured by our current administration is causing problems not only along Texas and Arizona, but also in towns across the United States where they're shipping these people. Our so-called leaders want chaos and more votes and knew they had to cheat and lie to get them.
Yep.
At least a few governors have had enough of this insanity.
Well, there's a lot of the Democrats that are starting to step up and make comments in favor of.
You're exactly correct, and more and more of them are speaking out, and they're saying that solid brick wall of Democrats is starting to crack,
Yeah.
and so
Man, that's crazy.
wouldn't hurt my feelings at all.
Well, here's a new name I've never seen.
Yeah, I had to look at it 4 or 5 times.
Me too, and I'm still trying to figure it out. Chody Push Soft Short. Chody Push Soft Short agreed with Stephanie by saying, well said. Very well said, and I totally agree. Belinda Tatum said, yep, it will help slow down the cartels, and Nana McDonald said, yes, for sure. So,
Tim Hollis came back and said he had an idea for us, Pappy. He said, I say build a wall all around Texas with signs saying Americans must have a passport or you're not welcome here either. Bob Baker told Tim that would be secession, and Tim Hollis came back and said, yep.
yeah, buddy.
Yep.
Who was that on our podcast, our Facebook podcast page said it'd be a complete waste of money?
Oh, I'm not real sure.
Oh, well.
I don't remember.
Well, it wasn't worth mentioning to begin with. It's your opinion.
Yeah.
Apparently, they live out up northeast. Randy Rockhold told us a wall is needed to slow down the illegals. Let New Mexico and Arizona have them. Nope, that's still too damn close to Texas. Meanwhile, Chad Brooks, Jeannie Walsh, Jennifer Hoopengarner Thomas, and Jerry Williamson all said yes to a wall.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Bring it
John
up.
Underwood said hell yes to the wall. Anything to slow down the drugs and sex trafficking, MS-13 gang members, and terrorists from who knows where. Emilio Sanchez says he is for it. For those of us who went through the process of coming here legally and becoming U.S. citizens, it's a slap in the face to all of us who spent time and money to do it the right way.
Yeah.
I'm a proud American now, and the flow of illegals has got to stop.
By God.
Now, that's coming from a Hispanic American right
That's
there.
right.
And that is so true. I know several that have come here and become U.S. citizens, and they're proud of it.
Yeah.
And they don't like what's going on.
Well, they have the mindset to put something into the economy because they don't want to live like they lived in Mexico.
That is a key right there.
And I respect that. I really respect that.
Man.
Christina Maria Cornstubble down in Rockport, Texas, told us yes, the wall is necessary to slow the flow of illegals. It gives us time to better vet them. I am for people wanting to live in the American dream because all that are coming across are not criminals. Hell, most of them are willing to work, unlike some Americans, but I don't want to go off on a tangent here. Have a great day. Well, Christina, I'm going to disagree with you on this. If they come across illegally, they're criminals. They're breaking the law. They're breaking a federal law.
That's what the law says.
That's law. You break the law, you're a criminal, by God.
So there you have it. I mean, that's it in a nutshell.
You must sign the papers.
Well, now, Rhonda Brooks, Pappy, had a different take on it. She said no to the wall. It is poorly built and on unstable foundation.
Yeah.
It's a waste of money.
Now, this is what I was talking
Yeah, J. Chad Tucker asked her, how do you know this? Did you run down there and shake it? And Daryl Woodall told Rhonda, so if it's built well, you're for it? Then there was crickets.
Lots of cricket noise. Rhonda, I don't know where you get your source and information, but there again, I'm wholeheartedly going to disagree like hell with you.
That's too good.
Yeah, I mean, apparently you've not been on that border. I have a few times. So.
Yeah.
And last but not least, to close out our comments on today's show topic, Tony Haha said it is the American thing to do and the Texas thing to do. The politicians have fences around their personal properties. Why? Dale Kocher said, yes, we need to slow things down. The wall may not be perfect, but it will slow activity down. And Joe Belt said, yes, build it to be an example to the rest of the Southwest. So,
hey, logical stuff there, man.
And I can't remember who was telling me this last night, but I've heard it pretty much over and over. It said, just build a damn wall around the state of Texas and beef up security down south,
Yeah.
Let them swim that big river, by God.
Well, once again, we thank you very, very much for your comments on today's show.
You guys rock.
And those that continue to send in opinions about this subject,
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get enough in that we can do a part 2 on it. And if we didn't include yours today, please forgive us. But we do have a deadline of when we got to get our scripts put together for our
And
shows.
once again, if you've got a comment or an opinion on a show topic, send it in. But give us a couple of days because he works his butt off putting the show together.
Yeah, it does take time.
Yep.
Pat, let's take a look at viewer comments that we got in.
Alright.
James Murphy said, I enjoyed your Friday show about burgers for babies.
Yep.
I hope you will keep us updated on the event as it gets closer. I would like to take my wife to it and thank Cook Children's for caring for our daughter.
There you got it. That's what it's all about right
That's
there.
exactly right.
That's a fact. Shelley Hargrave said your show on home remedies was hysterical. I was telling my mom about some of them, and she had actually used them. She said the old standby for her was Family Watkins products. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
They had cough syrup, liniment.
Yep.
And,
Sore muscles.
Yeah. Sure glad I didn't live back then. Well, let me tell you something, little girl. That's exactly why we're living today.
It's probably the absolute fact.
gives you great incentive to take care of yourself.
Walter Green commented on our show about, pardon me, sorry, commented on our show about 2024 Republican presidential candidates.
Yeah.
He said the perfect ticket for him would be Donald Trump for president and Ron DeSantis as his running mate. That would be a hard ticket to beat. And I'm not so sure he's not correct on that one.
Well, it's a good
We'll
perspective.
see how it
good way to
all
look
plays
at it.
out.
But they said that Trump was going to win by a landslide too, which actually in essence he did, but he's not in the Oval Office anymore.
Well, somebody said
If you
pack
know what I mean.
pack your suitcase, and they took it literally.
That's right. Paul, last but not least, close out viewer comments for this Monday show. Paul Myers said, "I'm sure glad you guys did a show on open carry in Texas. I think most Texans already are gun owners and know how to respect and use them. It's the idiots that think they can carry now and know nothing about weapons that scares me. Hell, half of them will probably accidentally shoot themselves anyway." You know, now
That's logic right there,
that's
brother.
funny, but that's the same thing that I worry about. I mean, without deep background checks and proper safety training with these damn guns, I mean, God,
I couldn't agree.
I thought I was going to have to shoot a fool on the way into the studio this morning on the freeway.
Paul, that's a great one. Thank you so much. We appreciate all the
Good point, though,
comments
Paul. Well
that
said.
you guys give to us.
Yeah, you guys are something.
And before we close out our show today, we want to remind you about Burgers for Babies one more time.
Yeah.
Please mark it on your calendar for September the 16th from 4 until 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Miss Karen is going to be posting, like you see right there, on how you can make your contribution as a Grandpa and Pappy listener via Venmo. And you will get credit for it, and so will the Grandpa and Pappy Show. And we're counting on you, friends. We know several of you out there that have children that were treated at Cook's Children's Medical Center.
Yeah.
And goodness, some of the stories you guys have told us. Now you know why we work so hard for Burgers for Babies every year. And this is the 11th annual
It is.
Burgers for Baby.
I tell you what, those gals are doing a hell of a job on this.
It takes a
And
lot.
they've raised what, over $350,000?
Yeah, and last year they raised over $42,000 on a COVID year.
Bless their heart.
And they look to exceed it this year, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Just consider it a personal challenge from the Grandpa and Pappy Show, and besides all that, it's a worthy cause.
It certainly is, and it's
If
tax
nothing else,
deductible.
you're helping out a child, a family, and might even make you feel good for doing it. You know?
Absolutely. Hey, listen, if you have an idea or a suggestion for our show, it's very simple for you to do it. There's a number of ways to do it.
Yep.
You can go to our Gmail account, our email account, and that is grandpaandpappy grampondpappy@gmail.com,
By God.
or
Or you can hit us up on our show website page, which can be found by keying in www.grandpaandtheletterinpappy.com. That's grandpaandpappy.com, where you will see this big red button.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is push it. Won't cost you a penny.
That's absolutely
Subscribe.
free.
We love subscriptions, and anything and everything about the Grandpa and Pappy Show you can find right there on that site,
It certainly is.
which includes our Facebook page, Twitter, what's the other one? Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, you can always go on our Grandpa and Pappy Facebook group page.
Yep.
If you know someone who is a member, just ask them to invite you, and we will approve you.
And if you don't,
Now,
hit us up and we'll do it.
close to 3,000 members strong, so we appreciate you very, very
We
much.
love you, each and every one.
And
too,
you
by
can
God.
see the opinions that are expressed here before they even hit our show.
And before Grandpa takes all the dirty words out of it.
Yeah,
That's why I check it every morning when I get up.
I heard that. It's been fun, everybody.
has.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a good show.
We appreciate you joining us here on the Grandpa and Pappy Show. We always close out our show by telling you every time to reach out and touch and hug your kids and let them know you love them.
Let them know how much you love them. Let them know how much they're loved right here at the Grandpa and Pappy Show, too, by God.
That's exactly correct.
Love them babies.
Until we see you again, take care of each other,
Please,
everybody.
yeah. Please
God
do
bless you. God bless America. And we will see you back on Friday.
Have a great week.
Bye-bye.